Hello, welcome to Scrap Time episode 866. My name is Christine, and on today's episode I'm showing you the We Are Memory Keepers envelope punch board. Today I am showing you the envelope punch board from We Are Memory Keepers, and I'm going to show you the envelopes I made. You can make here a whole variety of sizes. These are all the different size envelopes you can make. So I stuck with the regular card size because that's the size I use most. And I'm using papers that I had made with my jelly printing plate. So I thought this is great because I have these great fun artistic cards and then a plain envelope. So now I have envelopes to coordinate with my cards. You can see here. Now on the back of mine I have this line, and that's only because my printing plate was 8 inches and I needed an 8 1/4 inch paper here. But yeah, I don't mind that at all. But if you were using a pattern paper, you wouldn't have any lines on yours. So anyway, these are the fun envelopes I made, and I'm going to show you how to make the envelope. So as I mentioned, these are all the different sizes. And so you first go by your card size, and you want to find it. And so I was down here. I had 4.5 by 5.5, an A2 card. So then it goes to your paper size. So it tells me I need an 8 1/8 by 8 1/8 paper square. And then the score line, it tells me 3 3/4. So that's talking about up here, where my first score line is. Now for people who work in centimeters, there's a centimeter chart that they've included that you could put right over top there, as well as a larger table with all the information. So I cut out my 8 1/8 by 8 1/8 paper square, and I'm just going to turn this around to make it easier for me to do. Now the cool thing too is your little score tool is just kept right there. So now, as I mentioned, my score line said 3 3/4. So I'm looking across here to 3 3/4, and I'm taking my paper and I am lining up the edge of my paper at 3 3/4. Then I want to punch down and score. So I like to go from this side and score. So now I have the score mark here, and that's what I need to line up. Right here is the score guide. Right there is the score guide. So I need to line up my score with that line. So it'd probably be hard for you to see because you can't really see my score line, but I am going to put this underneath and line up my score. Then I'm going to punch and score again. And then I'm doing that again. So now I have my score line here. I'm matching it up there. And then I'm going to punch. And then again, I match up my score. And punch. And score. So on this side, you can see I now have my score lines. Now I want to round my corners. So on this side here is another punch. You put the paper in and you round your corners. So now all I have to do is score my paper. And then I like to use this Scotch quick dry adhesive. And so what I usually do is I sort of see where it ends. So on this side, I put a little bit there, and then I put a bit here just to make sure that it gets into those corners. then I lie it down, fold it over. I just hold it for a moment. And my envelope is done. So you can see how quick it is to make a custom envelope. And if you're using papers like this that are busy, to write down the address, I could either just put some gesso here, I could put a piece of pattern paper, I can use an address label, whatever I want. And just like that, I have all these custom envelopes to mail my custom cards in. Well, that's it for today's episode. Be sure to check out our website at www.scraptime.ca. And on our next episode, I'm going to be showing you the Tim Holtz Distress Paints with some Crafters Workshop templates. So please join us. Thanks for watching Scrap Time.